Kendrick Lee's story is one of mystery, neglect, and heartbreak. Found alone and suffering, his tragic death shocked a whole community. What really happened in Kendrick's final days? Was it a failure of those around him or something darker? This video uncovers the hidden truths behind his life and death. Don't miss this gripping story that reveals how silence and neglect can destroy lives. Watch now before this important story fades away. The truth is waiting to be uncovered. Who was Kendrick? Kendrick Lee was a young man whose life was full of promise but ended in tragedy. He lived in a small town where everyone knew him as quiet and hardworking. Friends said he had dreams of a better future, but many also noticed he was struggling in his personal life. Kendrick kept to himself and rarely talked about his problems. Though he seemed fine on the outside, close people worried about his well-being. Some signs showed he might have been facing neglect, either at home or from those around him. His story is a sad reminder of how important it is to notice when someone needs help before it's too late. Kendrick's life and death brought attention to issues of neglect and the mystery surrounding his final days. Understanding who Kendrick was helps us see the deeper problems behind his tragic story. The last day of Kendrick Lee's life remains filled with unanswered questions and sorrow. On that day, those around him noticed little signs that something was wrong, but no one fully understood the depth of his struggle. Friends who saw him said Kendrick seemed distant and quieter than usual. He didn't join his usual group and appeared lost in his own thoughts. That day, Kendrick went about his routine, but avoided people and didn't respond to calls or messages. His behavior was different enough to worry some friends and family, but sadly, no one acted quickly enough to check on him. It was a tragic day that passed quietly, without anyone realizing it would be his last. The details of Kendrick's final hours are limited and based on witness statements and surveillance footage. Some reports mention that he seemed confused or distressed, but didn't ask for help. Others say he was seen wandering near dangerous areas, which raised concern about his safety. The mystery deepens because no clear cause of death was immediately known, and questions about neglect and possible missed opportunities for intervention continue to haunt the case. Kendrick's last day is a painful reminder of how important it is to reach out and support those who may be silently suffering. Signs of neglect. In the days and weeks before Kendrick Lee's death, there were many signs that something was wrong. People close to him noticed changes in his behavior and appearance that pointed to neglect. Kendrick's health seemed to be deteriorating. He looked tired and unwell, and his clothes were often dirty or worn out. Friends and neighbors remembered that he rarely had enough to eat and sometimes missed important appointments. There were also worries about the environment Kendrick was living in. Reports suggested that his home was in poor condition, with little care given to basic needs like cleanliness and safety. Some neighbors mentioned hearing arguments or seeing signs of distress, but no one fully understood the severity of the situation until it was too late. The neglect Kendrick faced wasn't just physical, emotional and mental neglect also played a role. He was isolated, with few people checking in on him or offering support. This lack of attention contributed to his downward spiral, making it harder for him to reach out for help. Sadly, these signs were missed or ignored by those around Kendrick, highlighting the tragic consequences of neglect. His story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of community, care, and vigilance when it comes to protecting vulnerable individuals. The discovery of Kendrick Lee's body shocked the entire community and marked the beginning of a tragic investigation. It was a cold morning when a passerby noticed something unusual near an abandoned building in Kendrick's neighborhood. Authorities were called immediately, and what they found was heartbreaking. Kendrick was found alone, in poor condition, showing clear signs of neglect and distress. The scene raised many questions. How long had he been there? Was anyone aware of his suffering? His body told a silent story of pain and abandonment that no one had addressed in time. Neighbors expressed shock and sadness. Many said they had seen Kendrick struggling, but didn't realize the seriousness of his situation. The discovery sparked outrage and concern about how someone in the community could be left so vulnerable. Police began a full investigation to uncover the circumstances that led to Kendrick's tragic end. They searched for clues, interviewed friends and family, and examined the environment around the discovery site. But despite efforts, many questions remained unanswered. This moment marked a turning point. The community faced the harsh reality of neglect and the urgent need to protect those at risk. Kendrick's discovery became a call for awareness and action, a reminder that no one should suffer alone in silence. Police inquiry. After Kendrick Lee's tragic discovery, the police launched a full inquiry to uncover what really happened. Investigators interviewed neighbors, family members, and anyone who had contact with Kendrick in the weeks leading up to his death. They examined the living conditions and looked for evidence of neglect or abuse. The inquiry revealed many troubling details about Kendrick's life. Authorities found that signs of neglect had been reported before, but were not properly acted upon. Questions arose about who was responsible for his care and why help never reached him in time. Despite thorough investigations, some parts of the case remained unclear. The police struggled to find answers to the many mysteries surrounding Kendrick's final days. The inquiry highlighted failures in the system meant to protect vulnerable individuals. This investigation sparked discussions about the need for better social support and awareness to prevent similar tragedies in the future. Family reactions. The news of Kendrick Lee's tragic death shocked his family deeply. They were overwhelmed with grief and struggled to understand how things had gone so wrong. Some family members expressed sorrow, while others felt anger and frustration about the neglect Kendrick faced. Interviews revealed that the family had tried to help Kendrick, but may have been unsure how to provide the right support. Some blamed outside forces or questioned whether more could have been done to prevent the tragedy. The loss brought the family closer, but also exposed difficult feelings about responsibility and care. Their reactions showed the human side of this sad story. How loss affects not just the individual, but everyone connected to them. Kendrick's family has since spoken out, hoping to raise awareness about neglect and the importance of reaching out to those in need before it's too late. Unsolved questions even after the police inquiry and community discussions. Many questions about Kendrick Lee's death remain unanswered. How did neglect go unnoticed for so long? Who was truly responsible for his care? And could this tragedy have been prevented with earlier intervention? Some details about his final days are still unclear, leaving room for speculation and sorrow. Family, friends, and investigators struggle with the mystery of what exactly happened behind closed doors. These unsolved questions haunt the case, reminding us of the gaps in protection for vulnerable people. Kendrick's story is a call to action for better awareness and support systems. It shows how neglect can silently destroy lives and how important it is to act when warning signs appear. Until these questions are fully answered, his tragic case will continue to raise awareness about the dangers of neglect. Thank you for watching this deep look into Kendrick Lee's tragic story. What do you think caused his neglect and mysterious death? Could his fate have been prevented? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your ideas. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss a powerful story like this. Stay tuned for our next video, the Yuba County 5 America's Real Life Dyatlov Pass.